So on this episode of Miles from India, we are going to talk about runner safety. Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to Miles from India. For my new viewers and subscribers, I am India. And for my returning peeps, what's up and welcome back. All right, so on this episode, we are going to cover 4 different areas of runner safety.
4 areas are social media and location safety, gear safety, road and trail safety, and low light safety.
So for the first section, we're going to cover social media and location safety. So before we get into the 4 different areas that we're going to talk about with runner safety, I want to give you a personal story of mine. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that's been going on in the media for several years and all the time about runners that actually, and more specifically female runners that have been caught on trails and doing their runs, minding their own business, and unfortunately being attacked by perpetrators. For me, my situation happened a couple years ago. I used to always run in the same exact place around Stone Mountain Park, and I was running on this particular day, and unfortunately I used to post my runs all the time. And as I was running around the park, there was a guy that came up and he started right next to me. Well, he came and kind of ran and caught up to me right next to me and was just basically talking to me, asking me a lot of questions. But the questions that he was asking were very questionable because they were very, very personal questions. And of course, I just was kind of giving him the eye and letting him know that I'm good, because it is kind of strange when someone comes right next to you, starts running with you when it's unwelcome. He was running next to me. He was asking me where I was from, what area do I live, like asking me very detailed questions that I felt was very questionable. Of course, I was responding to him, but I wasn't giving him direct responses. At this time, I am very big with like getting facial features and like definite information, like kind of a visual look of a person when they're talking to me, just in case something happens. I felt very uncomfortable. And at that point, I knew that I could not take off running to allow him to kind of take off to get away from him, because he was very fit and you could tell that he could keep up with me. And I just let him know that I was uncomfortable and I didn't want to talk anymore. And then I ended up having to be very stern with him and letting him know, please leave me alone. And he finally did. Now, what made this story very unique was I pay attention very much to my followers on social media, who starts to follow me, who likes pictures often, who goes back into kind of months and years of my pictures. And when I got back to my car after that very concerning situation, I ended up looking through some of my social media stuff, and I found that this very guy was a guy that recently liked a lot of my pictures, and he went back months and like years down my timeline and was liking pictures. My concern with that is that maybe he knew where I was going and how often I was going, because I'm going all the time to the same places, the same time of the day and of the week. So although nothing ended up happening to me in that situation, I realized that I needed to be a lot more careful with posting on social media about where I was going, and also changing up my route. That's something that is very important as well, because you don't want someone that could be a potential perpetrator to follow you and just be in an uncomfortable situation. Now, thank God nothing happened, but we also have to be very, very careful.
So you want to be cautious not to tell everybody exactly when you're running in real time. So y'all know, y'all be like, hey girl, I'm about to go for this run. I'm probably gonna get in about 3 miles, and y'all put it all on your Instagram story. Don't do that.
So then y'all know when you get done with the run, you're like, hey y'all, I just got done. You're all sweaty, and you're saying, when you're completed your run, and it's usually in real time. You want to be careful not to do a lot of real-time things. So of course, you also want to try to change up your route. Try not to go on the same exact route, the same time of the day, on the same days of the week. That's where I failed, and you want to ensure that you're kind of mixing that up so people can't track down your schedule. The unfortunate part about it is that there are people that are amazing on social media, but there are also some people that are not so amazing and could be kind of planning out things that they would like to do, and you just want to not leave them any room or give them less room to do that. All right, so let's talk about phone safety. So I know a lot of people don't really think about, like, what does phone safety mean? So one of the biggest things, and this is just kind of, a simple tip that we just need to make sure we're doing this. We need to tell people when we're going and maybe what area that we're running in. So I know for me, I always tell a couple of my friends that I'm going in a particular area, especially if it's around the house, or I will definitely tell Braxton, my partner, that I'm going somewhere. So the other good part is I do have a Garmin, and I wear a Garmin, and in this app, I am able to actually send notifications to Garmin, or excuse me, as soon as I start my activity, and it will send a live tracking to whoever I choose via email. It will send them a notification for a live tracking to know where I am. Something about that just makes me feel a lot more comfortable. It's actually live. It's not just me saying I'm going off. It actually is a live tracking, and you can actually see how far, what roads I turned on, all of that. Road ID is another app that can be used. So that is actually a Road ID is an actual bracelet that you can get that has all your emergency contacts. And if you have any medical concerns, you can also get it placed on that. But they have an app as well that can assist you with exactly like tracking where you are. It is not as savvy as the GPS tracking with Garmin, but it is another app that can help you with that tracking. Another one is Glimpse. It is an actual app that can actually help to show your active placement. And of course, these apps are if you have your phone on you to where some kind of GPS is picking up, whereas the actual Garmin app is just wherever your actual watch is. So it just depends on what you like to take on your runs that makes a difference. If you are an iPhone user and there is an emergency, you can click the side button of your phone 5 times and it does this sound. And that can trigger for you to get emergency or 911 to be called. If you don't answer, of course, you know that 911 continues the call or they will dispatch somebody, but that's an easy way if your phone is in your spy belt on the side that you can like basically call for an emergency, and maybe someone may not know that that is exactly what you did. Or if you're fumbling, it's a little easier just to kind of press the button in a panic manner to be able to get some help.
And for the second section, the one that most people like to talk about all the time, gear safety. So in every run, one of the items that I take along is the Go Guarded ring. So this is a ring that I put on for every run. And of course, as you can see, it is a lot bigger, and this is without any inserts to it. You can put it on any finger. And of course, this size is a lot bigger than my ring. So along with the actual ring is that they provide inserts so that you can ensure that the ring fits your finger. So you take the insert. Sorry, the bird is doing its thing. You take the insert and you add it to the ring, and then you slide it on whatever finger you want. So there is not any moving to the ring, and it's secure to your finger. Something that I love about these rings is that it doesn't feel any type of movement. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, and it's not sliding, and it feels secured. If I want to like do any piercing or anything to anyone, it's definitely on my finger. I ordered these in, I ordered 2 of them, so they do come in pink. I think they have a black and blue one as well, and then this is the regular black one. I like the black one because it doesn't look like I have on something in particular. It could just be a ring. The next thing that I love to take is this mace. So as you can see, it is a very compact mace. It also has a click to it so you don't accidentally spray yourself. This is a gel. It has a shelf life of 4 years and 35 sprays, and it can spray up to 12 feet. So something that I love about this, I know a lot of people like to put their mace in their zip pack or kind of in their pockets or anything. This is compact, it's on your hand, you can run with it here, and it's ready to go. Your thumb can switch it from on to off, and you can just spray as needed. It's very compact and ready to go. The other thing is that you can have if you need to, your ring on one hand and your gel in the other, and you're running comfortably. It's very lightweight as well. All right, so the third thing that I like to use is this alarm. So this alarm can be clipped right here on my clothes. And the good thing about it is that it has multiple uses. So this alarm has a light. just a solid light. And then it also has a flickering light. And then it also has a slow light. So not only is it something that has a lighting device where if you are running in low light areas, someone can see you, but it also is a very loud alarm. So just to hear it really, really quickly. Very loud alarm that goes off just in case you are being attacked. It can give attention to people around you. So the one con that I have to this alarm is that the lights on the side of it, so this side is for the alarm and this side is for the light. These buttons look exactly the same. So I would be concerned if I'm wearing this and I accidentally press the wrong button and I'm kind of shuffling like, oh my goodness, which one, he's coming, like, or she's coming, whatever it is, accidentally hit the light when I'm trying to hit the alarm and I waste time to get help. So just a little thing, but I think this is a really good, nifty thing to be able to use. All right, so the third one we're gonna talk about today is going to be road and trail safety. You know, I love my trails.
It's good to see the police out here, out at this park. I'm about to go get some miles in. It is a little bit secluded area, so it's good, but of course, I have my Go Guard on. These are the type trails that I like to run on. They're beautiful. However, they're very secluded and you don't see many people, which can be a breeding ground for predators. So you have to be very careful when you're out here. I have one earphone in, the volume is low, so if I can't hear something or someone coming up on me, I can hear it, and it's just safer.
Now, when it comes to the earphones, I know a lot of people love these noise canceling earphones and all of that stuff, but when it comes to running, it's not very safe to have your music blaring super, super loud to where you can't hear someone. Even if you're on a trail, I just don't like when people have their music up so loud to where you can't hear if they're saying on your left or on your right so that you can move out the way. Your music should be low enough to where you can hear some surroundings around you, and it's just a lot safer. There's a couple things that I do when it comes to road safety. One is I try to ensure to run against traffic. So if the cars are coming in one way, I want to go the opposite direction so I can see what is coming towards me. It's more so to be able to get out of the way, see what's coming towards you, because a lot of times people are on their phones and they are not paying attention and they do not have respect for walkers, runners, or even cyclists. Also, if I run under underpasses, I try to run off the sidewalk closer within the streets, especially if it's dark. Of course, you don't want to run in the street and get hit by a car, but I try to run away from the underpass area. This helps so if someone is in the duck off area, they're not able to snatch you quickly. I know it's crazy, but these are the things that I think about when it comes to safety, and these are the random things that I do as a runner, just to try to protect myself as much as possible. Of course, it's not protection proof, like anything can still happen, but try to do the small things to kind of help us out here. So in regards to your surroundings, I am one of those people that I always like to look around to see what's going on around me, paying attention to the people around me. So you want to ensure that people are going to lurk around. You know, that's just people, and it's a free country, and I mean, it just is what it is. People can do whatever they want, but you want to be cautious for people like this guy. So clearly it is 90 degrees in Atlanta and he has on a sweatshirt, he's chilling off on the side, like he just looks a little interesting. So you want to keep your eye on people like that, because unfortunately those could be somebody that could be kind of staking out, waiting on something to happen or waiting on a prime opportunity, and you just want to pay attention to that. So being very cautious of your surroundings. I know a lot of times we get on our phone, we're talking to people, we're doing all of these things, and those are the type of like moments that people are paying attention to when you're very distracted. And when I do go to those trails, I try to make sure that I am strategically parking myself in a particular area. Now, of course, people come and go, so they can't be like park proof as far as where you go. But there are certain vehicles that I just try not to park next to.
Y'all see that man back there? If I was out at the park, I would not park next to that man. That's just a regular security precaution that I would do.
just to be careful, you know.
So let's talk about low light or low visibility running. So that may be running in the morning or running at night. I try not to run on trails in those times because clearly, as you can see, it's super dark out here and the sun literally just went down, but you can't really see anything. But if I do run in the morning or at night, either I'm running with people or I also have this nifty headlamp on so that I can see around me. I also have on my alarm badge that has the lights on it. And then I also have a wrist reflector that I like to use. And there are a lot of other items that are out on the market, such as vests and things of that nature. All right, guys, so that is everything that I have with safety and running. I hope that was helpful for you. I really wanted to go over other things outside of just gear because I think that those things that we do on a daily basis to kind of really think about and be more cautious of our surroundings is important. Now, of course, if you do all these things, that does not guarantee that perpetrators just won't be who they are and things can happen. But if we can help out just a little bit, it's always awesome. So thank you so much for watching. For my new subscribers, if you have not liked or subscribed to this video, please do so right now. Hit the subscribe button. I post a video every week. I'm really excited to continue doing greatness on this channel. If there's any ideas that you have or things that you would like me to talk about, definitely drop it below. Now, don't forget, you can catch me on the Run Duo podcast. I am podcast host with my friend Tommy Mitchell. So if you want to hear me on a different platform, we talk about current events. We interview a lot of different athletes. It is very different than the content that I post on here, but definitely check me out there. And if not, we will talk to you all soon, and I will see you guys in another week.